Hello, Denimheads. This is Dave with the Sons of Salvage podcast, here with another 5x1 review, where I tell you 5 things you need to know about one rugged good. And today I'll be looking at the RGT or Rogue Territory Sashiko Cruiser jacket. I'm 6'2", 165, 170 pounds, and this is a size extra large, not a large, even though I'm normally a large. Oh, and this is the Indigo Sashiko as well. As always, this is a garment I paid for with my own money. This is not a sponsored promotion for Rogue Territory. All right, so point number one I want to mention is that this has some really nice internal hidden details. So inside you've got this beautiful Sashiko fabric patch. Obviously, if you were to wash this garment a lot, which I know you're not going to because you want to get the great fades, all these threads would start to fray. You have to be a bit careful about that, but otherwise super cool. Also, it's got a hidden leather patch as well with the same, I guess, Sashiko Samurai. And then of course the sort of Nihon Menpu Japanese denim, but made in the USA. All right, point number two, this is a modified version of a Levi's Type 3 trucker jacket. So you'll notice that they took what would normally be these kind of like triangle tapering panels and did straight lines or the kind of angle bottoms of the pockets. So just kind of subtle ways to rethink that design. Also, like the Type 3 would normally have pockets that sit up against the seam, but they're spaced down ever so slightly. And then most importantly to me is it's got hand pockets, which is almost like a must-have for me these days on any trucker jacket. And the panels for the hand pockets also make for nice internal storage, like you can throw your phone or wallet in there if you need to kind of store it momentarily. All right, and for point number three, I want to talk about the Sashiko fabric itself. So when you get this jacket, it's like super dark purple, like really heavy indigo. But even within just a couple days, you already start to see the patina pop through. Like I know my phone doesn't do a great job picking it up, but you get this kind of bluish green come out from between the purple. Maybe you see it a bit more there. So really quick fader. Also the fabric is so substantial. It feels really kind of thick and chunky, but it also feels like it softens up pretty quick. So though it's starchy, this has a really quick break-in period. All right, so point number four I want to cover is the fit. This jacket has a bit of a strange fit to it in that if you see it from up top, the shoulders look quite small. And then the chest is like maybe not small. I mean, I guess relatively speaking, it's wider than the shoulders. What I was surprised to learn is that this is actually only an 18-inch wide shoulder on a size XL with like a 22.5-inch chest. Now, normally on an an RGT XL, which is a large in most other brands, I would expect something like an 18.75 or a 19-inch shoulder. Like my supply jackets in XL have roughly that size shoulder, in a similar like 22.5-inch to 23-inch chest. So for whatever reason, this pattern actually has a narrower shoulder than other RGT jackets. So that basically means the garment just has to like sit higher up on your body, and your shoulder may break more like here rather than right in the seam. So just know that going into it, that it's gonna fit a little bit different, even if you're already familiar with how RGT jackets fit. Another thing I noticed in their pattern is that they always have a drop down on the front of the garment and a curve up on the back of the garment. And you could say, oh, well, that's just your one piece and how you wear it. But all the RGT jackets I've owned, and even ones I've looked at like online and on stores, you'll notice the same thing where it drips down in the front and tapers up in the back. Also, again, just know that when you go into it, that it's got that unique fit detail, and you should be fine. But definitely double check the size charts because, you know, some of these patterns details aren't what you might expect. And point number five is probably the makesmanship of this jacket. So as usual, RGT does a fantastic job with their garments, you know, really clean finishing, really well made. If I only maybe had kind of one concern, not a big one because it doesn't really matter for workwear garments, but I would have maybe expected like a little bit of bias tape or a cleaner finish for the armholes. But otherwise, you know, this is a really, really well-made garment. Really great construction details. And so I think it's going to last a long time and look great when it breaks in. If I have one or two small quibbles with it, definitely a jacket I'm going to keep.